Welcome to the Meant for More, the only podcast that you need to make your life a masterpiece. And today we have a hot topic. Speak like the CEO. Well, when you own your business, when you grow your personal brand, when you start growing, people start inviting you to do podcasts. People start inviting you to speak at the stage. You speak one to many very often. And it's uber important that you present your brand at a high level, your personal brand. And today I'm going to share with you tips and frameworks to improve your communication and public speaking without hiring a coach. Let's dive right into it. Actually, I'm speaking today at the panel discussion called Speak Like the CEO, and we have hundreds of people registered. It would freak me out in the past, but last year, I spent a lot of time working on my communication. And as a reward from the universe, I've been speaking at the event, which attracted more than 1,000 people online and offline. And I was glowing, I was prepared. And today I'm going to share with you some of the tips and tricks which helped me by answering the questions that I've got for the platform Speak Like the CEO. First question, best communicator you've ever mentored. What one thing set them apart from everyone else? Love this question. You can learn so much from it. First of all, I want you to pause and ask yourself, do you believe that anyone can become a brilliant communicator? I believe so. And no matter what you believe in, public speaking is simply a skill. How do we get new skill? We practice. Let me share a story with you. I've been working with one client and she had amazing service. She was so passionate about what she did, yet public speaking one to many terrified her. Can you relate to this? Speaking on social media felt uncomfortable and forced. When I started working with her, we didn't start with techniques. We started with identifying what is her why to show up with confidence in one-to-many setting, let's say on stage. We identified what kind of opportunities she could unlock only if she would improve her communication. We really went deep. How could she change lives of others? Once her service is seen, once she is seen. So once she tapped into why I want to do that, whose life I can make better, which opportunities unlock for me, she felt determined to improve her public speaking. And that was the beginning. That's when she committed to practice and her skill improved tremendously. She did not change. What happened is consistent practice created competence in public speaking. Competence created confidence. Do you get that? Consistency creates competence. Competence creates confidence. And from there, of course, her business started thriving. She got invited to stages, to conferences. She loved it. We clarified her inner why and we clarified her intention. One thing the best communicators I've ever worked with have in common, they are clear on their intent. Effective communication is really not about transferring of information. It's about transferring of intent. Before they speak, they're very clear. Who am I talking to? What do I want this person to feel? What do I want this person to understand or think? What do I want this person to do differently after I speak? When your intent is clear, everything changes. You know how to connect with your audience. And yes, brilliant communicators know how to connect with the audience. You know how to engage your audience because it's essential for ability to influence. You start sharing stories with purpose and emotional impact. Because let's be honest, numbers tell, but it's stories that sell. So if you're a founder, you're starting out, you want to improve your conversation, here is a golden nugget from me. Before every pitch, before every presentation, before every post, podcast, ask yourself, who is in front of me and what is one shift I want to create for them? And if we take it one notch up, clarity of intent turns words into leadership. And leadership is what people follow. And you can write it down. Clarity of intent turns people into leaders. And leadership is what others follow. To put together, to become a brilliant communicator, one needs to have a clear why. Why am I doing this? You need to know your intent. You need to have clarity of intention. I hope this helps. If you have a comment about this system strategy, drop a comment and I'll do my best to answer that. And I have another super useful question. One communication framework that you teach every single founder that you work with. There are definitely more than one, yet we start with the intentional origin story. These days, people don't just buy products. There are so many products. They often buy the brands behind them. And of course, founders and their vision, which is associated with the brand. Raise a hand if you agree with that. Cool. Drop a comment if you agree with that. In simple terms, humans buy from the humans they like, relate, and trust. We want to relate to brands. And as a result, in terms of attention and connection generated, personal brands present always better than corporations. Think about Elon Musk and Tesla, who people talk about more, right? So personal story helps a founder create relatability, connection, trust. And your origin story, though, it's not a chronological events which got you here. It's really that part of your story which explains why you do what you do and allows your audience to relate to you. Bonus points if they can see themselves in you. And I teach that in a simple 3-part framework. Part 1, before, the pain. What was happening in the founder's life that they made this decision that change is a must? It's not just your story. It's the moment where you felt you found a dream, you felt a pain, you felt a desire that your customer might be feeling right now or can easily relate to. And let me illustrate each part of the framework with an example from an amazing American entrepreneur, Sarah Blakely. Anybody know Sarah Blakely? Know of Sarah Blakely? She is the youngest self-made billionaire. Her origin story is everywhere. It's on her social media, it's in every podcast, it's on every interview, it was on the brand's website, everywhere. She starts by, I was getting ready for a party and I realized that I don't look well in my white pants. So I cut my tights and put them underneath. And I realized I look much more better. And I thought, I can't be the only woman who feels this way. There must be more of us. Bonk! The before, she didn't like the way she looked in her pants. And we know the end of the story. It turned into $1 billion empire. Then goes the second part, the messy middle. She realized my life, she was selling fax machines door to door at the time. She realized my life sucks. This idea must be the best idea I've ever had. Let's act upon it. She took all her savings, which I think was $5,000, and she invested them into her business. Long story short, she contacted countless factories who laughed at her idea. Shapewear was not a thing at the time. She contacted lawyers because she wanted to pattern that idea, which she thought was brilliant. They laughed at her. She knocked the doors, the door closed. She never gave up. Finally, she managed to create the first prototype, the first product, and she went to the stores and she knocked all the doors. This is the messy middle. This is where audience see the whole story. They can connect even more to you. For some founders, this is the part which would establish authority, which would help create relatability, and the outcome. This is the part where you are now. For some of founders, it would be, and here I am now building my brand, helping people. Here is my success story. The after part should be indicated why you are the person they need to go to, work with, buy from. It's kind of proof that your solution works. This is the origin story. It's super intentional. It guides your customers, investors to choose you through relatability, through expertise, through your vision. And when you communicate with this level of intention, you show your audience that you are the right person. You show that what is possible for them. Your story is not about you. Your story is about when your problem become customer solution, when your journey helped customer with their solution. So just remember, before, during, after, establishes empathy, creates trust, shows your audience what's possible for them. And yes, the origin story is something you use to convert your customers, to attract perfect employees, to attract investors, and of course, to build your team. Create, build authority, communicate your vision with clarity. If you like that part, drop me a comment, like this episode, follow me for more. And now I'm going to go to a hot topic. Burnout kills communication. How do founders reset their voice when they're fried? Let me tell you, my friend, burnout kills communication because communication is energy translated into words. You cannot fix communication at the level of words. It's low, low, you can see it. You need to fix your communication at the level of state. Let me prove it with numbers. You communicate with your whole being. The way other person perceives you, only 7% is for words. 33% or so, 30 plus, is your voice, your tone of voice. And the largest, more than 50%, is your body language. Is how you sit, how you turn, how you hold your back. So it'd be really hard to fake if you burn out. I'll be honest, I believe that in many cases, when founders burn out, it's a right time and place to go to a professional therapist, psychologist, counselor. However, there are three pillars of recovery which anyone can try. Pillar number one, bring in joy. What are the activities, people, places which make you feel safe, which make you feel happy, which make you give you energy? We founder need this level of self-awareness to have a list of things which give them peace, joy. When you're already burned out, thinking, oh, what shall I do? Who should I go is hard. Have the list ready. In fact, when I was in active stage of growing my company, we had that check-in message with my friends, like almost like a blue code, like, how are you? But it's not about like, oh, how are you? I'm fine. I'm like, babe, what's up? What is going on? So have the list of the activity, what genuinely gives you energy, what genuinely calms you down. Number two is your physical body. You cannot change your state without changing the state of your body. How do we do that? All the activities like walking, swimming, cycling, running help to balance your brain. They help you recover from burnout. And whatever you do, don't stay still. Try to go out, try to move, try to reset your brain. And number three, meaningful social connections. We are social beings, and having a friend, having a therapist, having a support group to lean on at the times where your burnout is essential. And the research shows, to all my AI enthusiasts, that using chatbots, AI-powered psychological apps actually increases isolation and the feeling of loneliness. So that will not work. It is an active recovery. Take care of those three processes and see your state improve. Burnout is super expensive. Time, money, lost opportunities. I would say just avoid it at any cost. And finally, daily habit that turns average founder into elite speaker overnight. Overnight is not realistic, but I followed this process myself. I learned it from my mentor. It works. 1 week to improve, 1 month for brilliance. Step number one, observe. Okay, it's a two-step process. Observe intentionally, practice with awareness. Step number one, choose 3 speakers that you genuinely respect, not to copy them, but to learn from them. Watch their video podcasts, watch their interviews. How do they speak? What kind of voice do they use? How do they move? How do they stand? What do they do? Take note of the gesture, postures, voice that resonates with you. For example, I like watching episodes of A Diary of the CEO. I noticed he uses poses intentionally to draw attention. I love that. So now you have a playbook. What kind of communicator I want to be? Part 2, and most cringe at that. Take a phone and record a video of yourself doing the podcast. Maybe doing a video. It should be 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. And the hardest part, watch the video. Watch the video and notice, what do you do well? There must be something you do well. Maybe it's how you say it. Maybe it's your voice. Maybe it's your smile. Maybe it's the content. Number 2, see how you can make it better. What can be improved? Once you have this, what can be improved, record the video again. Record the video, look at the video. Again, what is good? what can be improved. We are not looking for perfect, we are looking for good enough. And repeat the process for a week. Record a video which is good enough. And if you feel confident, share it in your community, because community is where we practice confidence. If you feel super confident, share it on your social media, send it as a pitch. Do it every day for 7 days. You would see your communication improved. Feel like a superstar? Do it for 30 days and you will become brilliant. I hope that helps. That's all from me today. If you enjoyed that podcast, like, comment, follow, subscribe. If you have a question, drop it in comment. Me and the team, we would make sure that we would answer to all your questions and comments. Sending you a big hug. It's time to make your life a masterpiece. Love you.